All right, after some audio problems, this is episode 2.
Finally managed to fix this fucking thing. It took like 10 goddamn minutes. But anyways, welcome to the very second, the sequel in our podcast series.
The Empire Strikes Back of podcasts.
All right. As always, I'm your host, Sid.
And I'm Greg, and today we're just gonna spit fire and spit flame.
You said you wanted to start the podcast off with hunting, right?
Yeah, more specifically PETA.
Why?
Because, there we go. All right, so, anyway, about PETA. So what I was thinking about was, do you remember in, it was like back in like early 2000s where, it's probably even dates back earlier than that, but where they, protesters would throw red paint at like...
No, I don't remember this.
Yeah, they would throw red paint at the people wearing fur coats, and to me, that's...
Red paint?
Yeah, red paint. So
okay.
That, first of all, you're being not only horrible to you're not being a douchebag to that person, right, owning that coat that worked hard, or I don't know who works hard, but like they worked hard to pay for that coat, right? You're not only doing that, you're going against your whole idea of what is right and wrong, right?
That's
in
true,
in the sense that you just ruined that whole animal's livelihood now. Well, not livelihood, but like...
You fucked up its use.
Yeah, you fucked up its use as a resource. And, yeah, so like, it basically died for nothing now.
Yeah, I don't know. It's, PETA's a bunch of bitches. It's like, it's fine to the point where, you know, it's like, oh, you know, people preparing these animals for slaughter, they're like torturing first, right? It's good to know people care about those animals, right? And it's wrong, but you know,
there's always a boundary.
It's getting to the point where everyone's just like, yeah, you should just be a vegetarian or a vegan. It's like, yeah, that's how humans always were, and that's how you should be. And it's like, no, fuck off. Have your beans. I'm gonna have a steak.
That's not how. Well, we're omnivores, right?
Yeah.
And if you look at like the paleo diet, right? That's how
paleo diet.
Yeah, like from the what's it called? Paleo. So I assume like paleo, whatever.
I don't study
age.
rocks.
Yeah, rocks. Yeah, rocks. And that's how we like when we were cavemen. That's how we should be eating, right?
Yeah.
And they ate meat. They ate vegetables. We're omnivores, right? We can't just have vegetables, right? We can't even get the necessary proteins. And like with like soy protein, you can't have that shit, right? That's gonna give you estrogen. It's gonna give you boobs. You don't want that. And furthermore, do you remember when I don't know if you saw this article? It's not an article. It's an ad that PETA posted where it said if they wrote down the execution date of the animal, then you wouldn't buy it, right? You wouldn't buy that meat package or whatever. Which
what?
Yeah, which to me, it's like, oh, you would care, right? If you knew the time of day, right? For some ill-fated reason, right?
Yeah.
To me, that's just going like, oh, well, now I know it's fresh. Now I know the meat's fresh, so I'd be more inclined to buy the meat.
You know, going back to when we were cavemen, you know who's the luckiest motherfucker that probably ever existed? The guy who found out fire.
Yeah, like, well, I'm sure it wasn't one guy. I'm sure it was just like maybe a tribe or whatever.
They are the luckiest motherfuckers ever, man.
It truly is.
It's
I mean,
crazy.
like...
I remember, like,
Or to create fire. Like, it's one thing to be like, that's fire, right?
Yeah.
But it's another thing to be like, oh, this is like something we can use, right? To actually have insight about that, right? And to further that discussion on cavemen, do you remember like how would you figure we moved from cavemen to like living in caves to like conquering the world? Like, do you
conquering the world?
I know that's a broad, because we do conquer the world basically.
Yeah.
You know, except for like bears, they fuck us up.
You know what I think it would be? Probably agriculture.
Agriculture? Yeah.
Because instead of going out and finding shit, I don't know if when we were cavemen, we stayed in a specific cave and then went out, or we just moved from place to place, just finding random caves, right? But I think the major turning point was probably agriculture, to the point where we can settle in one place settle in a really good place where we can just grow like I don't know, fucking weed or some shit and raise some farms,
raise some hell,
raise some sheeps. And I think at that point, that's when we knew we could fuck everyone in the ass.
Yeah, because remember I was watching Discovery Channel, and when they're not showing ancient aliens, or Mythbusters or whatever, they showed this documentary on how we as humans became to be, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they were talking about how in ancient Sumeria it was one of the first civilizations, right, of like actual human society.
Mm-hmm.
And what they did was they lived in Mesopotamia, and that area was only supposed to maybe support like a family of 4, like a family of 4 humans.
Okay.
But through agriculture and like domestication of barley and like using water resources, they created like a whole population that was as big as they compared it to New York.
Really?
Right now, New York.
Wait, as big as New York or as dense as New York?
What do you mean? Oh, like population-wise, like number-wise?
Yeah,
number-wise, they would have as New York.
Oof, that's fucked up,
which
man.
is crazy. And you know what's even crazier? That was happening in America, like with natives.
Yeah.
There were like colonies as big as New York, and like all across America to North America, right?
Yeah.
And you know what's even the craziest part about that is that Europeans they destroyed everybody.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but I don't know any natives.
I don't know.
I would honestly love to meet a native, right? And which is weird.
I don't think they exist anymore. True.
Yeah, which is weird.
Is it weird?
Is it? Well, if it's basically if you destroyed Canada and America.
Well, looking at the normal course of things, it's not too surprising where the white man just fucks everyone.
Yeah, but like at a numbers game, and we know that it was because of disease and whatnot, right? Like the Black Plague that was brought from Europe.
Oh no. Yeah, I took place with people. I know the shit.
Yeah.
It was because of smallpox.
Smallpox.
The Indians didn't know what the fuck this was, right?
They didn't build immunity towards it,
They had
right?
no immunity. And so I think I remember reading a statistic that was like 90% of the natives died.
Yeah.
It's fucked up, man.
And also from the swine and the cattle that the Europeans brought over, right? They had disease too, right?
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, that's how they came to be. But imagine a population the size of maybe like America just wiped out basically from disease and murder.
Uh-huh.
And like whatever didn't kill them, the Europeans came and just shanked them from behind. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
And to go on a tangent about this, I'm gonna keep on going. Would you take any courses that for Native history?
Yeah, I would.
I would because
I don't know shit about the natives.
and I don't think they offer it, which is surprising to me.
Oh yeah, that's yeah.
We don't,
you know what's weird?
We know nothing.
They don't. They offer African studies.
Yeah.
But they don't offer any Aboriginal studies. We don't know
Yeah.
fucking shit about the Aboriginals, man.
Because we destroyed everything.
Fuck.
We just went on a tangent.
I remember Dave
Just went on a
Chappelle.
rage.
Dave Chappelle during an interview, he was like on not the Tonight Show, Johnny Carson show. I don't know, some show like that, right? And he was talking about like the natives got fucked over pretty bad because the white men went to the natives and they said I want to buy all this, I want to buy all the land you own for this much money. And I think Dave Chappelle said it was $24 adjusted to today's inflation.
Yeah.
And the Indians were like, oh yeah, sure, why not? And everyone was laughing. And then Dave Chappelle's like, you might think that the Aboriginals are stupid, but it turns out they didn't understand what owning land was.
Yeah.
And so the Aboriginals thought they were fucking over the Europeans because they were getting free money.
Oh yeah, I guess so. Because it doesn't. Yeah. Like, where did the concept of owning land come from? Is it just from landlords and buying and tax?
That's a good question. Where did owning land come from?
It seems like
possession.
Which is weird because like there's so many concepts like that where it's just like it's implemented since birth and you never think about it, right? Like owning land.
I think the reason where owning land came from is because of possession. You know what I mean? If you own a lot of valuable shit, you're not gonna leave it lying around, right? You got to keep it somewhere, and you don't want anybody near it. I think that's where land came from. Probably to the point where people started agriculture. They actually had like sheep and cows and shit and bread, and then people were trying to steal it, and then they had their own land to take care of, right? That's probably where the concept of privatization started.
And how do you think that spread through like Eurasia? Is that
Eurasia? That's just natural, dude. I think if you owned something valuable or owned like a food source, because back then entertainment was a thing, but it wasn't like, oh yeah, I'm gonna play with my iPad now. It was like it was all about getting the foods and whatnot, right? And I think it's natural for everyone to go through that. It's like if you have 10 pieces of bread and people keep stealing that shit from where you live, you want to like own your like defend it and stuff, right? And that whole section is yours, so you have to defend this entire section. You know what I mean?
That's an interesting concept, cause like
isn't that how it came about?
Because what I would be thinking was just pure money, like
money.
Just the idea of maybe not even money, just like a currency that is yours, and like even through trade you could develop, like you can increase.
Yeah, I think it was honestly I think it was just money because people couldn't, or no or work actually. People couldn't like find money or they just want to be lazy, right? So they just want to steal it.
Steal it? Okay.
Yeah.
And
which, in my opinion, is probably worse.
Is that even? Then. But you would have to assume that it comes natural to people to steal, does it?
Isn't it? Isn't it natural?
Not to me. Would you like who? Would you? Would you?
I think as a kid I stole a bunch of pencils.
Just pencils?
You didn't steal anything when you were a kid?
No, I'm a good boy.
You get immunity because you were a kid, dude.
Yeah.
Fuck kids.
But I'm white, so like.
White. I share things. I'm white.
I share things.
I share things. All
right. We're privileged people.
All right. Yeah. Just to break away from like all this talk, right? Let's go on a really dark note. How do you feel about the death penalty?
Death penalty?
Yeah.
Okay. You know what? I think it's worse to stay in jail, Guy buck fucking you in the ass every 2 hours?
Dude, not even that. To me, jail is worse because say that you're in there for 10 years, a lot can happen in 10 years and the world just goes on without you and you have to catch up, man. And nobody gives a shit. And
wouldn't that be crazy just to be released?
When I realized it was
with no TV?
No TV.
They probably have TV in
No, they do. I'm pretty sure they do.
They do. But
books maybe.
Books.
You know what movie made me realize how terrible jail is? The Shawshank Redemption.
I didn't see it.
You didn't see Shawshank Redemption? You know what it's about though?
No. Go through for the people that are like not old people.
I don't remember this shit, man. Okay, so pretty much this guy, he sees his wife cheating on him with some other guy, and the guy kills him, right? And so he's sent to jail. I don't remember what his name is. Let's just say his name was Thomas. And Thomas, throughout the whole time there, is trying to fit in and trying to have everyone like him, right? And eventually, there's this librarian. He gets released, and the librarian, he's been there for over 50 years maybe, and he's like the oldest motherfucker you've ever seen. And in like a monologue, he wrote down like a like his will not a will. He wrote down his last thoughts before he hung himself, where it was like, yeah, I come out of jail and
that's where the movie starts, when he it's like a monologue, like it's an internal monologue.
No, I'm talking about the librarian, not the main character.
Okay.
And the librarian, he's like, yeah, the world just went on without me. As a kid, I used to see one car just in the whole town. Now they're everywhere. People are going fast. They're going everywhere. And that made me realize, like, fuck, this guy only saw one car.
What a trip that would be, just to be like, even now, imagine for like 5 years. 5 years you were in jail.
Uh-huh.
You didn't see shit. What would happen? There'd be, I don't know, flying cars.
Flight car is the most generic thing you can think of.
Yeah, just Jetsons, pollution. There would be more pollution, obviously. I don't know, maybe the iPhone 5 would come out. It would look exactly the same thing as the iPhone 2, but did I say iPhone 5 would come out?
Yeah.
iPhone 50. Oh, we got our special guest here.
Special guest, everybody. Keep them occupied, Greg.
Like Wall Street.
Welcome.
Sorry I'm late.
Oh, he's here.
Hey, everybody.
We're going to have like a sitcom welcome to you. Like, come on, everybody.
All right.
He comes in like Kramer.
And then, and then we have the Seinfeld sound. All right, we got our special guest, Daniel, everybody. Yay!
What's up?
Daniel, on a high note, how do you feel about the death penalty?
I think it's great. I mean, we really should do that, I think.
Honestly?
Yeah. Fucking guy goes in a theater and shoots up whoever the fuck he wants. And it's like, oh, you're insane. That's okay.
So,
you know?
So you're for it?
You weren't. Yeah, I'm for the death penalty.
Yeah.
They would do that shit, man.
Yeah.
But how?
Sure.
What would happen if, like, wouldn't it be more crazier if you were like in jail for maybe like 50 years and then you came out, and wouldn't that be a trip?
Well,
Like-
okay, yeah, it's shitty too. Life sentences are shitty too. But I just think you kill, you get killed. It's just fair to me.
How about butt
And-
wings?
But well, yeah, that's true. 50 years
That's
of
like- that's like-
Sodom.
That's like a
It's
side
pretty
dish.
shitty too. But I don't know.
No pun intended.
Yeah, no, I think it's really just to prevent this whole thing. Like, oh, I'm insane. God told me to do it.
Oh,
God
yeah,
told
yeah.
me to do it.
Freedom insanity.
I was not in my right mindset. I'm sick. Oh, that's
like
just
like that.
Yeah.
You heard of that Twinkie defense?
Twinkie
Yeah.
defense.
What?
Is this as good as the Chewbacca defense?
What?
I need to hear about that one, but like
South
it's basically South Park says some shit, but like it was basically about how this guy I don't know if he committed like a thief or like he broke into a house, and then when he was defending himself, right, he was like, oh, I had too many Twinkies and the sugar alcohol caused me to do this.
Oh my god.
What?
That's why
That
if
worked?
you look, that's why if you look at some labels now, they'll write down the sugar alcohol percentage because of that one guy.
Wow.
That's fucking
And he got away with
funny.
it too.
That's fucking funny, man.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
People, I don't know. The legal system is so fucked up these days. Like, there's always a story about, like, the robber who went in and, like, he got locked in the garage or something.
yeah.
And he sued the family and
Oh
won.
my
Like,
god.
what the
How-
fuck?
I can't believe
Or like
that.
that one guy when he like broke through the roof and like he landed on like a knife or like a kitchen knife.
Oh, yeah.
Like at that point, where do you cross the line?
No, I don't know. You could just snake your way into any little lawsuit and make your money. It's just ridiculous. You can make a career off of just suing people.
You could.
Like,
I wouldn't
it's
be
fun.
surprised if there was like an
Shit.
HBO documentary just like going at like for documenting people's lives and like how they like
Scam
like those
artists.
scam artists that like I broke my neck after falling off that ladder that you made.
For me.
Yeah.
That's the U.S. Really, they do that like crazy. Like they'll be sitting in like a mansion. I just imagine like the interviewer's like, "So how did you get to this point?" I fell on a knife and I sued the fucking restaurant chain and won somehow. Like
That's
fuck
fucked
off.
up,
Work
man.
for your money.
What was that thing you said? The Chewbacca defense? What was it?
Oh, it was so dude. Don't you remember that episode? I don't even know. I don't even remember what the episode was, but it was like just this crazy black guy who was a lawyer,
Yeah.
and he was just like he was talking about how Chewbacca like lives on this planet but shouldn't because the Ewoks live there or something, and he started just talking about all this like Star Wars jargon, and he just kept going like it does not make sense, and he just somehow related it to the case. That's what he talked about, and everyone was just like, okay, like. And,
Oh my!
yeah.
Did it worked?
It was South Park, man.
Oh, that's South Park. Oh, that's what the show is from. I didn't even know what the fuck you were talking about.
Was it South Park? Is that like from like Carolina or something? Like
Is this happening in Kentucky?
That's the thing about South Park that I love. They just go after like such thoughtful writing that it's so inspired.
Despite its
It inspired me
vulgarity,
to talk about
It's
Chewbacca more.
inspired. Like it's shit jokes that are inspired. That should be the tagline for South Park.
It's Trey Parker, Matt Stone, like they're actually such smart people.
Are they making? I heard they're making a movie.
A Book of Mormon or whatever? Or no, that's
Are
a
they-
musical.
Are they
They
extending
had a
that?
musical. I don't know if they're having a movie or not.
Oh.
I don't know, but they're geniuses,
Yeah.
but they're so stupid. Like I don't know, it's crazy. I don't know. You gotta appreciate them, even though the show gets so ridiculous and
Yeah.
vulgar and like, yeah.
And
what were we talking about? Oh yeah, I was asking about the death penalty. Yeah, because I saw this documentary. It's called "How to Kill a Human Being." Do you guys know how many ways there are?
stripping
out
out
the piano.
pianos.
Yeah, go on.
It was like a.
Keep going. I want to hear this.
Okay.
Do you guys know how many ways there are to kill a person because of from the death penalty? How many ways
Like humane ways?
Sorry. Keep going.
Daniel's ADD's working up again.
gotta-
Go on.
People are gonna believe that was Daniel playing that. It's fucking sick, man.
Let's believe them.
Yeah. So do you know how many ways you can get killed from the death penalty? How many
In a
ways there are
humane
to
way,
kill?
right?
Sure.
Yeah. Continue on.
Guess.
Well, let's go with 12. That would seem like a
Yeah.
12.
safe
I'm
guess.
I'm asking you to give me examples, not numbers.
Oh, you want me to tell you?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, like electrocution,
Yeah.
hanging.
Yeah.
I'm done.
Lethal injection.
Lethal injection.
Gas chambers.
Gas chamber.
Auschwitz
Exactly.
style. They actually do gas chambers?
Yeah.
They do
Yeah.
that?
In
Do
the
they put like a bunch of people in it?
no, they only
Do they
do
put
one.
Stars of David on the cover?
Just to make
Do
you
you
feel.
know what I'm getting?
It was the because in the documentary it listed four ways. One was hanging. One was electrocution.
Goes through 7 days. It's like a
gas chambers and oh shit, what was the last one? Oh, and lethal injection. And the guy that was doing the
Do they still do
documentary.
guillotines?
Huh?
Guillotines. Do they still do that? Or is that like
No, I
crazy
don't think
shit?
so.
That's pretty hardcore. I don't know.
Yeah, that's fucking hardcore, man. Everyone has to see that shit. And in the documentary, the reporter, he was trying to find the most humane way to kill a person, and he discovered it's like, do you know what hypoxia is? I don't know how to define it, but it was like
It seems
there's
like
not enough oxygen in your
Yeah,
brain,
yeah,
so
yeah.
you die, right? There's two ways
Seems like a
this can
glue.
happen, sort of like a glue.
Like a hypoxy.
One was if you're in like a fighter jet, right? And if you experience too many G's, your blood gets heavy. That's the way they describe
yeah.
it. And it goes all the way to your leg, all the
Yeah.
fucking way to your legs.
Like all the blood just rushes to your legs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and there's no brain in your
There's no brain in your blood, man.
Fuck, of course you'd be dead.
You know, that's why, sorry to interrupt, but you know Star Fox, like Fox and Falco, they wear boots, right?
Yeah.
Those are actually not even boots. Those are their legs that have been amputated and replaced with prosthetics.
Whoa!
Because of that very reason. The
No
G-force.
way,
Yeah,
really?
not kidding. That's why they look like that.
Oh, I know
that's
that.
fucking
Fox and
awesome.
Falco went through like intense space training. I just thought that was
that is
neat.
awesome.
Which is weird because they're
cool.
like a bird.
I
How
know,
does that
yeah.
have to do with
Oh,
bird?
yeah.
Fox and Falcon, I don't know. They're crazy.
Well,
ones.
one's
Why-
a falcon,
why-
one's a fox.
Why is the bird in a jet? I'm like,
You
he can fly.
Just fly in
He
space.
can fly in space.
As fast as it. Falcon's
It's faster
pretty
than flying on
badass.
Earth, dude.
He's not useless like Slippy.
And I know that when they're doing training, right? They'll like have to like force blood into their head, so they have to be like, like, like hold on to shit.
I lost track of what you were saying.
Yeah, I'm looking at the track, and then you're like
Whoa.
trying to blow something.
Yeah.
So what the hell were you talking about?
Yeah, what were you
Well,
talking about? I
they
didn't
have
even
to
know.
force. Okay, they have to force blood into their head, right? So they have. So they have, like not give blowjobs or anything, but just like they have to hold things, and like.
I know holding
to force it in.
I know holding something is, but I don't know about that breathing
makes sense.
practice.
Just do it like to the rookies, I
Yeah.
guess.
They
yeah,
just
yeah,
fucking
just
up.
do that. Oh, you'll
Yeah.
be fine. Everyone's
They just strapped like a black dildo.
yeah, just hold this.
They
And
just
you know,
duct taped it. They just duct taped. You have to hold it.
and get really into it. All right, rookie. Yeah, we've all done this before.
Don't worry, we aren't recording this. Just keep going for it.
Yeah. So what was the humane way to kill yourself? Is it blowjobs?
Yeah, I think so. Blowjobs with Freddie Mercury.
Freddie Mercury.
Really?
The more you
I
know.
like that. Only he was
That's
alive, I would do it.
You like Freddie Mercury? I like that guy.
I fucking love him. He's Indian. He's part of my heritage.
Really?
You didn't know that?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, his name is like Rajesh something God.
Oh,
And then at the end, Mercury.
Yeah, I don't think Mercury was his name. But yeah, he was like he won
Brackets
some award
Freddy.
for like best Asian entertainer or something like that.
That's fucking sick. I didn't know that.
You did it.
He did. He rose up.
That's
He's
funny.
just gone. He's just like.
What's your favorite Queen song?
That's a fucking good question. Because Bohemian Rhapsody is like everyone's like
classic.
that's a fucking
Yeah.
amazing song.
You don't want to
There's
go
so
there.
much
You don't
to
want
it, but I don't know if I'd say it's my favorite. I'd say Under Pressure maybe.
Under pressure.
I mean David Bowie and Freddie Mercury. That's fucking awesome.
I think I might
It's a
say.
good combo. It's a good combo.
I think I might say "Don't Stop Me Now" because that's
a good one.
That's just something I always want to sing out loud. Like fuck everyone else. Fuck everyone. What about you?
I'm gonna say, "The More You Know." By I've never listened to Queen.
By Queen.
Yeah.
What? You never,
By not
Yeah.
Queen.
Oh, shit, man. We're
No,
gonna
no,
start
he's
describing.
listened to Queen. His
I'm sure I
nonsense.
have, but like,
Bohemian Rhapsody.
yeah, let's go with that one.
What about Another One Bites the Dust?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's Queen.
How about "I Have the Tiger"?
Oh,
That was-
I
yeah,
have this, I
that's a
have this
classic
tiger?
Queen.
It's a
song.
classic Queen song, eh? Yeah.
That's a weed song?
Classic Queen song.
That's what I heard you say.
That's
funny.
all right. Yeah. So, what was the most humane way of killing
Yeah,
yourself?
we still.
Oh,
didn't
yeah.
get to the-
Oh,
Because
fuck.
like we
Piece
got
of
we got
shit.
live stream out here. We're
Yeah.
let's just get it rolling.
That was a huge tangent.
We got a guest, you know, everything.
Hypoxia by decreasing the pressure.
Oh, so like the
That's
blood
the
thing.
Like
humane
altitude. Because then
How would
like,
how did they
if the
do
hy-
that?
They simulated, so in like a pressure
s-
chamber. No, that was something else. The second way to die of hypoxia was in a pressure chamber. Like
That's where they train in Dragon Ball Z, right?
yeah, the hyperbolic time chamber.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And
okay.
they slowly increase the altitude, right? And so that there's less and less oxygen when you go up, right? And so they simulate it. And so the reason why it's the most humane because you don't feel anything and it feels like you're drunk. And you don't
Oh.
feel any discomfort.
That's
You're
amazing.
just like, oh yeah.
You die happy.
But
and
it's
they're
the
like-
worst hangover ever.
And the guy inside, and the guy inside was giving him questions, right? At the beginning, when they told him to take off his mask, they're like, "Oh, what's 8 minus 3?" He's like, "Oh, that's 5, right?" But then, like 3 minutes later, he's like, they asked him like, "What's 8 minus 3?" He's like, "Well, I think it's 7." And then
Man.
he was about to die in like 10 seconds unless they put on his mask.
Really?
He almost passed out.
Wait,
That's pretty crazy though.
wait. Why did they keep a mask there if they're planning
Yeah,
on
aren't
killing
they
him?
gonna kill him?
Oh no! The guy doing
Oh,
the documentary
the
was
test,
testing
yeah,
it.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, just testing it.
Testing.
I wonder if
See ya,
they-
bitch.
I wonder if they still like keep asking them questions when they're dying. Like that'd be really eerie, don't you
Yeah.
think?
That would be
Having
different.
to be the guy that's
So
like,
fucked up.
hey, bitch.
bitch.
What's 5 plus 3? Wrong. Oh wait,
Oh.
he's gone.
He's
that's
asking a question
crazy.
for like 45 minutes straight before realizing he's not
They
dead yet.
leave him in the chamber and they're just like, what a fucking retard.
does.
And then they just walk out.
They spit on him.
Shoutouts to Ricky Law who just said "fuck yeah"
You
to me on text.
They spit on him.
Shout out to Ricky.
How many viewers do we have?
We got
7.
all 5 of them.
7.
I don't know.
That's
All 5 of them.
Where are you
5?
reading these numbers? I can't find off Ustream.
What, you can't read numbers?
Oh, what the fuck? I was like
not bad.
at the
It's a
bottom
bit
of the
an
chat.
improvement. I wonder
Son
who's
of a
actually,
bitch.
Who the fuck cares about
Yeah,
us?
I don't care about this.
Yeah, but
That's cool,
do you
though.
want to talk about anything specific, Daniel?
I came very unprepared.
Right?
Yeah, I don't
Welcome to
know.
life.
If you want like, huh?
Welcome to life.
Yeah, that's very true.
All right, let's start with this. What's the meanest thing you've ever done as a kid? And let's say kid is 12 and below.
Let's say kid was yesterday.
Yeah.
What's the meanest thing?
The
I've ever
meanest
done?
thing. Whether it wasn't on purpose, whether it was on purpose
Yeah, yeah,
or
yeah.
it was by accident.
Don't say like some kite runner shit. Like, you know.
I raped a
fuck.
child when I was 10.
Oh, 10. Oh, well, you don't know how it
I
works.
didn't know
That's
anything
true.
better.
I just remembered.
Every 10-year-old has urges. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Oh, fuck
Now what am I gonna do with this?
with my raging boner.
Might as well rape someone.
Let's see.
Fuck, he was taller than me.
Wait,
He could have fought me up. Maybe it wasn't rape. I don't know.
you know. Anyway,
What is the worst thing? I can't think
I'm trying
of
to
much.
think. What
It's-
is the meanest thing I've ever done?
I don't know if that means I'm a good person or I have a terrible memory of what I've done badly, which is even
I think I
worse.
Yeah.
slapped someone before.
Ooh.
Like a random stranger, like not like an adult, but like a smaller kid than me. I remember I was out shopping at some mall. Wait, was it a mall or a grocery store? I don't remember. Some grocery store / mall. And there's this kid that was just walking around, and I thought like I could like.
I thought.
And I was like,
it was like a Bruce Lee movie playing in the back.
I could kick him like that ragdoll and send him flying through the
I
store.
could beat the shit out of everybody in the store
And
for no reason.
and I think I full powered like slapped this kid, and
Why?
he fell to the floor,
Oh.
and I was like, "Oh no, don't cry, don't cry!" And he started to cry, and I ran out of the aisle, and I was like, "Oh fuck, that was close. Hope no one saw that." And I think people did see it because of the security cameras.
Oh man, that's
How old
you're a
was I
terrible
then?
person.
Yeah, maybe I was like around 8 or something.
Yeah.
8?
Yeah,
That,
well,
Maybe-
that
no,
seems,
no,
that
no,
seems
no,
like a
no,
good time to
younger.
kick people's
Younger
ass.
maybe. I don't know. That was mine. What about you?
Mine, it was probably with my brother when we were like
Fuck.
play fighting or whatever, and I like maybe I don't know how old I was, probably like 10, and he was 4.
Let's
that's a fair
It's
fight.
like,
Oh, I
it's like I like where this is going.
I thought you were gonna say
Match
4
up.
months. You were gonna say 4 months. I was 10. He was 4 months.
4 months.
So
I
I'm
like,
just
pushed him
swinging
down.
him by the leg.
Let's hang on.
Oh, I heard a pop. Keep on going. Keep on going.
We got Achilles here. Anyway, so what happened?
keep going.
Anyway, so
The
like
10
I
and 4-year-old.
smack him across the head, right?
Yeah.
And there is like a coffee
Wait, wait.
table.
Oh! Oh!
Corner?
Yeah, right in the
Yeah.
Oh
corner.
my God.
Always. It's always.
It's always the corner.
Wait, you punched him or you slapped him? Because you made a baseball
pillow.
bat mode.
No.
Oh yeah, I had a bat. I forgot.
It was like
Home run.
it was like a pillow. It was like a long pillow.
Oh.
Yeah, like one of those things, right? It's right in the back of the head. He goes flying right in the corner,
Oh, yeah. It's always
right
that
into
spot.
that. Yeah, right into like that, like you know, like
Just right above the unibrow.
yeah.
The unibrow.
Brow.
The eyebrow. He's not brown. Yeah.
yeah. So and then I look at him,
Yeah,
like I
man.
see him, like he's like on the ground for like.
Was he jerking? Was he,
No.
Was he jerking?
It's nothing like that. It's just like he was just like. Like I didn't hear any
Oh,
noises,
man.
right? So I was like, "Are you okay?" Like after 20 seconds, right? Are you okay? I
20
see his
seconds.
face, like red,
Yeah.
just all red,
Oh.
and I was like, "Okay."
Oh, shit, whatever.
Oh my
And then I was
God.
Ma'am!
Yeah, and then I just go to my grandma because my grandma was taking care of us at the time, and she was like, "Oh,
She was like, you retard.
you retard," and then we took him to like there was like a doctor like. Right, like maybe like there was like a 5-minute, like a 2-minute walk,
Yeah.
and the doctor was there, and so we just helped him with the doctor. Well, no, actually the doctor wasn't there at the time,
Oh, God.
because like that's how the doctor was.
Yeah.
And-
He was on call.
Yeah, I don't know how he
I'll
was.
be there in a few minutes.
Yeah, before we get to your mean story, I just remembered my mom told me this last night,
Shaking it up.
and she was like, we were turning in from, we were turning into our street. And she pointed to the house in the corner, and she's like, you know that house over there? And I was like, yeah. She's like, yeah. There's a doctor that died there by heart attack. He was like 50 or something. I was like, oh, that sucks. Where'd you get this from? She's like, oh, I heard it from our neighbor. They used to date.
What?
And I was like, what? And it turns out our neighbor used to date that other guy,
Okay.
and that was 30 years ago. 30 fucking years ago. And they lived 5 houses from each other.
Oh, it's like they lived at like different
Huh.
locations.
Yeah, that's...
Like,
and
where
I was
did
like,
they live
son
before?
of a bitch.
Before.
I don't know.
So they lived at somewhere else, and then they moved 30 years
They
later.
moved separately. She moved there, and then he moved there.
Oh.
Ooh, that's weird.
That is so fucking
Unless
weird.
they were on like
Over
decent
30
terms.
years ago,
Yeah.
man.
That's
Well, like how far away was it? If they were like in Scarborough or something, and they moved to Markham, it wouldn't have been a big
I don't
deal.
know. I don't think they were in anywhere near Toronto.
Oh, like
before.
I'm gonna say Regina for like
I
the
think-
people that
I
are
think they're...
Regina. Anyway.
for the people that like have questions. I'm gonna say Regina.
Alright,
That
and
seems
before-
like a place.
Before we get to your story,
place,
Daniel,
yeah.
I want to give
Whatever.
a shout out to Ricky for calling me a nice dig bitch.
A
Whatever.
nice dick bitch?
Yeah.
Ricky's not calling me a nice dick bitch.
He just said I'm on
Maybe.
the podcast. He didn't,
He's
he
like-
didn't call me anything.
You're on the podcast. Shout out to Ricky.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. So, what's your meanest thing
Yeah,
you did as a kid?
all I can think of, because my brother just will not let me live it down. Never. never forgive me for this. I was always curious about playing Pokemon. Like, I never cared for it at first, but then, but you know, I just my brother, he was so into it. So I was like, you know what, I should try this game. It'll probably be fun. So I go to New Game on his copy of, I think, Red version it was. And I was just like, there's got to be a few save files.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
this is the 21st century, right?
They still don't have that, by the way.
They still don't. It's bullshit. I always...
It's like you have to buy a new game.
That. Anyways, so yeah, I destroyed his life. He had everything.
Did he, like...
He was heartbroken.
What did he do to you?
Oh, he was just angry. Like, he was just angry. He never did it. He didn't, like, beat me up or anything. He wasn't that kind of brother, really. But he was just so pissed, and he's pissed to this day. And then I started him with, oh god, I feel terrible. I started him off with a Squirtle, and its name was SSSS. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. I was such a stupid kid. That was the only thing that remained on his
My
file.
god.
I remember the first Pokemon game I played, I didn't know how to spell, right? So, like, the only word I knew, like, I would just, like, name my Pokemon after things I knew. Like, you had, like, 3-letter words. Like, I named my Charmander Bat. I was like, oh, man, fucking funny. And it just rat. Just ran.
Ran?
Dog.
I choose you, dog.
Bun food.
Bun food pool.
And since we're talking about, like, crazy-ass kids, do you remember Learn and Burn? Like that camp we
That's
used to
fun
go?
as shit,
Yeah.
dude.
So we used to go to a camp, right?
Oh, yeah?
And then, like, I don't know what this name was. And, like, you remember how we would used to make rockets? Like, there was, like, a course where you could make rockets, right? So, like, we were, like, making rockets on the carpet or whatever, right? We were probably, like, maybe, like, what, 13, 12?
Yeah.
So we're making them, right? And then, like, I don't know what happened. Maybe I, like, put my leg on, like, somebody else's, like material or whatever, right? Like, pieces. And then, like, this kid was, like, I don't know if he had, like, anger issues, but this kid freaked out. He, like, grabbed me by the neck and was like,
What?
And was like, what did you do that for? And I was like, what the fuck? And then I instinctively, like, lifted up my legs and I, like, kicked him, like, right off. Right?
Oh, awesome.
Like, right on the face. Then I don't know what happened after that, but, like, and, like, you know what's even the best part of it? No supervision whatsoever.
They're making rockets. Nothing will go wrong. No one's gonna strangle each other.
I got 2 stories to tell you from Learn and Burn. Remember the bees in the shopping cart in Sunil? And the second one, I have a judo story, but before that, I gotta give a shout out to Andy because he called me a little dicky bitch. So
Who doesn't like a little dicky
What's
bitch?
with the dick bitch thing?
I don't know.
Is this a trend?
I don't know.
They're just, like, spitballing ideas in their apartment. They're just like, what should we call them? Okay,
Dick,
okay,
bitch.
okay. We got
Bitchy
dick.
dicky.
We got dick. We
It's
got
like the
bitch.
stock exchange or like a police station. They have
stock
like your
exchange.
picture on a wall. Like, all right, what do we call this motherfucker? All right, how do we get him? I need ideas, people. Ideas.
Who is the Batman?
Right here.
So I'll start off with the judo story. Do you remember who Erica was?
No, but continue on.
It was Elvin's sister.
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
He knows what you're talking about.
He does.
It's all
Anyways,
good.
at this Learn and Burn camp, we had a.
I'm imagining a little Asian girl.
We had a. Oh no, she was like my height. I think
Well,
she
I'm gonna
was
imagine a
Was
little
she
Asian
hot?
girl.
She had nice tits.
I'm
sorry.
Whatever you.
That's just no.
Like we had a judo class. You remember that? So we
Yeah.
were throwing everybody and shit. And we were having a tournament, and I was second place, and I was in the semifinals, and this
It was
Erica
that
girl
best.
was in the semifinals as well. So we're gonna fight each other, and
Where'd you grab her?
And
Describe in vivid
oh
detail.
man, in wet places.
By
Wet places. and I thought this was gonna be an easy win because she was so skinny, and everyone was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure Sydney's gonna win. We start, she fucking throws me in the air on my ass, and she like pins me. And I was like, how the fuck did this happen?
How much did you weigh?
3 million pounds.
160 or more.
160?
160.
somewhere around there.
God damn.
And
She was probably,
I
what,
a heavy- I
90?
was a fat ass kid, huh?
She was probably, what, 90 maybe at the most?
She was like 100 maybe.
Holy shit.
No, 90. Yeah, 90.
She's fucking
And
Ronda Rousey.
And I tried to like. She had so much raw fucking power on her. She on top of me. So I'm trying to like push her off because at this point I'm lying here. She's sideways like this, right?
Yeah.
I'm trying to do this or something, and
I like how like the audio will never catch this, but like you guys know how it is.
shut the fuck up. And so she's like lying diagonal across me, right? And I'm trying to like push her off to the side, and she slams my chest out. She's like, and I was like, there's no way I'm surviving this, and she won.
Jesus Christ.
I was on the ground for a good 1 minute.
All right, now Tales
Was
from
this during like puberty time? Like, she might have been like hormonal.
Just-
She might have been the Hulk.
menstruation
Just-
time.
She was just like, I got a man.
Dude, oh man, you
to
be there, I'll be
rip
there.
apart, yeah.
And then
Menstruation Mania 2012.
and then
Oh, the belts.
it's all red. And yeah, the second story, Greg and I remember this.
It's like Jackass the movie.
We had a friend named
12-year-olds.
Sunil, right? And because it was a summer camp, we had recess after lunchtime, right?
Mm.
And what we would do one time, there were so many bees around. We're like, hey, let's get a stick and let's destroy all these beehives. And we're like, and of course, we're just like,
Oh, yeah.
fuck yeah!
That's a great idea.
I felt like the Terminator.
America.
And so we got like a really long stick, and there was a hive in like we were in the school area, right? We're outside, and there's a hive near the edge, right? And we're like, oh, we can't reach it with a stick. And one of our friends, shout out to Howard, I don't know if he'll ever listen to this. He's like, oh, let's get the shopping cart. And someone left a shopping cart in this on the school
Yeah,
ground.
it was like
Cool.
close to like a no frills or whatever, right?
So we took this cart, and our friend Sunil, who was like a tall brown guy, stood on the shopping
Yeah,
cart,
yeah.
right? And he got a stick,
Yeah.
and we poked out a few, right? And we were like, yeah. And like all the bees, like dissipated or whatever, right? And we
Yeah.
reached this one huge hive, and like there were like a bunch of bees there. And Sunil's like, hey man, whatever happens, don't let go. And we're like, yeah, don't worry, we got you. He pokes it. 10 bees come out and all of us ditch him, and he's like, oh! The shopping cart tilts.
Oh,
He
yeah.
falls face first into the concrete.
Oh, God. And then I'm guessing the bees just swore to him.
oh yeah.
No, best
No.
part is the bees didn't go after him. The bees went after us. So the bees were like, oh, his face has got fucked up, man. We better go after the rest.
He's had a bad
We got
enough
you
day.
back. We got your back.
We got your back.
You know, that makes me think. It's funny how when you're a little kid, a little boy, you feel like invincible. You feel like you have the biggest dick in the world.
Yeah.
But you've got the smallest fucking dick in
Yeah.
the world. Like, and then when you grow up, you're kind of like, yeah, whatever. Like, you're so much more subdued. It's funny. Like, just
Wasn't there like a
fucking boss of everything in your
yeah.
Yeah, man.
shit.
Was there a
Now-
what was the weirdest thing you were ever asked, like when you're around maybe puberty, like 12 to puberty or whatever?
What was the
your
weirdest thing I was asked?
Yeah, you know what
Not
mine
even
was?
related to
It was
puberty?
during our fucking camp. I was hanging out with Howard, Gavin, and some other black guy. I don't remember his name. Sorry, dude.
Let's say Jamal.
Jamal, right? And we went out for recess, and he's like, hey, we're out in the courtyard, right? And he's like, hey, Sydney. I was like, yeah. He's like, hey, man, would you fuck a dog or Brittany? And I was like, what the fuck, dude? And he's like, I fuck Brittany. That bitch is hot. And I was like, what's going on here? And Gavin, he's like really shy. He's like, yeah, me too.
Oh yeah. Yes, I
I
concur.
would fuck a
And
girl.
then the whole
Or
time,
the dog. Or the dog.
and
The
they're,
dog.
they're pressing me
Oh.
for answers, and he's like, "Would you fuck Brittany?" And he's like, and he's thrusting his hips while I pretend to hold on some booty. He's like, and I was like, "I guess so." And then he's like, "I fucked that dog," and then I was like, "What?" And then he started barking. He's like, "Yeah, yeah," and I was like, "What the fuck's going on?"
Puberty does crazy things to your mind.
That kid was horny. I think.
Oh, was he?
Was he? Or
I don't know.
just
This
really-
is pure
Or
speculation.
did he just have a really like sensual relationship?
Was
with
his
that
dick?
dog?
Huh?
maybe like his dog died like the day before.
Yeah,
and he's
I mean-
like, you know what? I'm gonna reconnect this
Oh,
with
You
my
know what?
dick.
I loved my dog and I never got to fuck it.
That's fucked up, man.
Dude. You know, it's the physical expression of his feelings.
Oh, let's change the question. What's the weirdest thing you've ever been asked as a kid?
Oh, my mom took me to the doctors, right? and she
was like, "How big's your dick, right?"
no, the doctor. Okay, well, that's another story.
This big.
Yo, you know what? Let's go with the dick story. So there's a dick. There's always a dick story at a doctor's office, right?
Yeah.
So what happens is the doctor was like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna have to examine your penis for I don't know, because he's a doctor." My mom's like, "Yeah, that seems like a good idea." So he goes and he like peels the skin like all the way. And like I've never seen the inside of my penis before. That day changed me.
The worst part is, right? I was just like, and
Oh my god!
the doctor was like, "Oh, stop being such a baby." And
Oh my
do
god!
my work.
Oh my god!
So the bitch just like slaps you.
Right on the ass, bending over.
Oh,
yeah, and then
man.
another
Oh
time,
my
my mom was like, because I was a chubby kid, right?
Yeah.
Up until like grade 4, I was a fat ass.
Yeah.
And then the doctor was like, "Oh, don't worry, he's not fat. He's just chubby."
Big dick.
Big dick. just goes on.
Let me have that motherfucker.
Yeah, keep going, sorry.
Yeah, so that's the day. And then like the next year after, I just shot up, like tall wise.
Really?
Yeah.
Don't be humble. If
Tall.
You got a big
I got
you
tall.
got a big height.
I got
Like
height.
Junior got tall, if you know what I
Yeah.
mean.
And how about you? How about you? Any dick peeling?
Actually,
dick
well, my
stories or the
mom
weird
did the exact same thing with me.
Oh,
I don't know what,
yeah.
you know, now that I think about what context did she get me in? Because she took you to a doctor's office.
Yeah, I
okay,
hope
the
it wasn't a
doctor's
dark
gonna do
room.
what he does. But like, did she just like come up to me like, "Hey,
Hey, Daniel.
pull it down. I gotta do something for you." I was like, "Oh God, what
God.
is this?" And I just remember.
Trust me, I'm a dentist.
She just started pulling, and I'm like, "Okay, like what's going on?" She's like, "I have to do." Yeah, she said that like, "I have to do this. Every boy has to do this." I was
What?
like, okay.
Is that a thing?
Wow.
Is that a thing?
You know-
I think
what,
maybe
so-
if you're not circumcised or something.
Oh.
Are you circumcised? You're not. Circumcised?
Maybe that's why, because
Let's
yeah,
live
so,
circumcision
so
right
you've
here.
peeled your foreskin. I haven't peeled my foreskin back at all.
Well, I mean, define peel, because I'm not talking like.
Oh no,
folding it
not like a
down.
banana, not like a banana, but like
just saying,
like,
like-
so your head's exposed,
Yeah, wait, the whole
Oh.
head.
the whole head.
Oh jeez.
See, I don't think I've ever done that.
I
never
haven't
managed
done that now. This is gonna get really
Maybe
gay.
half. Maybe half.
This is gonna get gay and gross. I tried doing that now. It won't.
It's you.
It
It,
won't.
it feels
It'll
like it's gonna tear.
Yeah, it hurts.
My dick head's too big. My dick head's being a dickhead.
Congratulations. But yeah, no,
Yeah.
I can't do like, and you watch porn and you just think, like, are all these guys circumcised or am I just fucked
Yeah.
up? Like I don't know, because sometimes it does look like they have foreskin. But it's just, like, I mean, with them, it's like half their dick is out there. I'm just
Yeah.
like, how are they doing that? It doesn't
But I remember
hurt.
you explaining
I
to
don't,
me
I don't
what
know.
they do,
when
right?
I see it, it's just like, oh my god, like how the fuck can they peel it back? Because when I do it, it's like trying to fit a watermelon through your mouth.
It really it is. And like I could almost see like the seams in my epidermis like ripping, and I'm just like, no, I can't do this. I'm just gonna masturbate
Oh, no, my dick
how I
hurts.
masturbate.
Oh, my
you
dick
know,
hurts.
whatever. I don't care if I can't see my head.
But what I remember you telling me this, but what they do is the doctor like
Oh,
for
yeah, yeah.
penile extensions. You explain.
Yeah. So I saw this.
gonna go
If you
on the
ever do, go to Vice.com. Excellent site. And so
It's
there's this
it's not
thing
a
I
porn
saw.
site, right?
Yeah. Stands for vaginas.
Incorporated.
Yeah.
Cunts.
Cunts.
Educated.
Educational. And so
Education.
it was talking about kids in Thailand would get circumcised at a young age.
Yeah, yeah.
And so I saw this happen. So there was a doctor and his helper. The kids, so they inject a needle into his dick or something to numb it, right? Doesn't fucking do a thing. And so the kid's lying down, and the doctor kind of grabs his foreskin and pulls it out like this, right? And his assistant.
I love how as soon as we started talking about penises, our like viewers just dropped.
and
Oh shit! Come on.
and the assistant sticks his scissors in through and
Yeah.
cuts his foreskin.
Yeah.
And I saw this with my eyes. I was like, oh.
Well, I mean, come on, you're making it look like he's fucking cutting like drapes or something. There's like nothing there at that age, right?
And he's cutting around, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And he reaches, the only thing left attaching it is a nerve. And instead of cutting it off, he's like, maybe I'll yank it. Maybe that'll work. So he starts yanking on it. He's like, oh, it's not working. So he cuts it off. And my dick started to hurt so bad.
That's bad. That's you know, it's this is a really crazy thing too. The crazy Jews, man. Like talking about circumcision. Have you heard of the thing where it's like a tradition when they circumcise the baby, the rabbi, if there's blood, has to go in and
suck it out.
Suck it out. And you know what fucking happened once? The baby got chlamydia.
Oh!
The baby got chlamydia and died. Yeah.
Fuck.
I assume you would get sued.
I hope he's fucking.
He's probably homeless now.
sleeping like a baby right now.
He's probably
Fucking
sucking.
asshole.
He's probably sucking a 5-year-old's dick right now.
Can
in the
you
back streets.
imagine? Your baby died because like you trusted a rabbi to fucking pretty much suck him off. Like, it's just crazy.
It's so unclean.
It's I think it's there for a reason. Like I don't know.
Your foreskin?
Yeah.
It's supposed to protect your head.
Yeah, but I guess people just want it out there. I
Two
don't know
things.
why.
One
Is
is
it more
supposed to-
cleanlier?
Two things.
I don't think it is actually.
Maybe
It's
they
supposed to-
thought it was at the
supposed to-
ancient times. Maybe that's how like the
I think we
tradition
needed
developed.
more
Two things.
protection back then because it was
Yeah.
just everywhere.
Yeah.
Right?
Two things. One, it was to protect it from like random sword swings, just in case it nicked it, right? And the second was to make it sensitive, so you make
That's
babies
true.
easier.
Yeah, that's actually really true. Is a lot of sensation goes away when you're circumcised, and I
Yeah.
think that's why a lot of porn stars are
Oh.
Adolf Saberlakis. Shut up on the top.
Just talking about cheese all day.
Fucking. What was I saying? I feel like
I was
a
talking about
Nazi.
sensitivity on it.
Yeah,
feel
yeah,
like
yeah.
a Nazi.
That's why I think a lot of porn stars are circumcised, just so they don't come as fast, and you can have like a 40-minute video of this
40-minute
dick
video.
swinging around.
And then like a 5-minute video of him fucking.
Yeah, really. Like, but I would think, when you touch your the little part of your head that gets exposed.
Yeah.
That's it feels awful. Can you imagine friction there? Like that would be terrible. I would think.
That would be
I
bad.
unfortunately have no experience. Yeah.
The cleanest room you will
But just
ever
like
be in.
rubbing stuff.
Just putting myself out there,
Even-
by the way.
even
If
with
anybody's
jeans.
listening, and I mean anybody.
Ladies,
I'm not
all-
talking
all
about.
single.
I'm not talking about ladies specifically.
Oh,
Ricky, I'm talking about you.
You want to go down with the Adolf?
You can always have me.
like
Why is there only 2 viewers now? Come on, people.
I don't
Talk about more about penises.
More.
I think the only
Yeah,
time
so
my
what-
doctor looked. Oh, sorry. Let me finish. The only time my doctor saw my dick was when apparently my pediatrician, like a long time ago, maybe 8 years or so, was like, "Yeah, your
He's a
your
pedophile.
son's pretty fat. I think he might have diabetes. So we're gonna send it to a specialist."
Harsh.
Yeah,
And-
Jesus Christ.
I went to a
That's what you gotta
specialist,
do.
and this specialist was a woman,
Mm-hmm.
and she's like,
He's like, I've seen this one before.
what is it called? Naughty nurses. It was,
9.
It was,
No, this is 9.
She told me to lie down on the table or whatever. Not the table, the bed or whatever. Oh, that makes it worse. The bed,
Yeah.
right? And she's like checking all my reflexes and stuff, right? And then
How does this feel? Boom!
and
How'd
then
that feel?
and then at some I'm just lying there, and at some point she lifts up my pants and she
Yeah.
peeks in to see my dick.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was like, "What are you doing?" And she was like, "It's there." And I was like, "Huh?"
Yeah,
She closed it.
All right, you
and
got
then,
it.
and then
1, 2,
wait,
3. Okay.
Wait till you see the punchline. This is like a fucking joke. And she tells me to sit up, and she checks like the back of my neck, and
Yeah.
it's like black or whatever, or brown or dark or whatever. And she's like,
What did you do with that? Why is it black and brown?
I don't know. She looked at it. She's like, yeah, I think it's diabetes. Those are signs of diabetes.
What?
Yeah.
And then in my mind I
You
was
have a
like,
dick in your.
yeah. And in my
your
mind
neck
I was
is
like,
black.
why is she looking at my dick? How is that gonna check for diabetes? What was she doing before checking the marks?
What happens with diabetes in your penis? Maybe like it's
Diabetes in
inflated.
Your penis.
Maybe it smells
Sounds like
sweet. I don't
it's-
know.
Let's.
I know it causes like you can get like
I know you
amputations.
urinate a lot. That's all I know.
Like I know people that they lose like their limbs or like their feet from diabetes.
Oh yeah. Like a lot of
Maybe-
people lose
maybe
toes
can
or
lose your-
feet. Yeah.
They can lose a wiener.
Yeah. For some reason, blood doesn't flow there or something. Yeah. Diabetes sucks. Your wounds don't
does.
heal.
Your wounds don't
so
heal.
do you
Not
have
really,
diabetes?
you know.
Really?
They dry, but they don't
Did
heal.
not know that.
Yeah, my uncle.
Do you have diabetes?
No.
Oh, okay. I mean,
Let's test it right now. Come me. Come me all you like and see if I heal.
Yeah, we'll wait
Like
2
Wolverine.
weeks.
Come and get it, you fucking faggots.
That's like the ultimate line from Wolverine.
Yeah.
She's like, "Come and get me, you faggots."
Sounds like Clint Eastwood. You damn
That's like
goops.
Punk.
every Clint Eastwood movie.
Did
though
you see Gran Torino?
Never
No.
seen it.
Well, is it
Never
the one
seen
with
it.
like he's like a racist, but he's like, you know what?
Yeah.
I like these Asians.
Yeah. Basically,
No,
like
but I
at
heard-
first he's like these damn chinks moving into
Yo,
the
I need to
neighborhood.
tell you about a story. I was working, right?
Yeah.
And I was like pushing the carriages or whatnot. And where I work, there's like a whole bunch of Asians that like they go there, right?
That's Markham.
Yeah. And there's like this
Good shit.
bitter old white guy, right? And he like walks right in between like these Asians, right? Like a group of Asians. And he's like, I don't know how, like this was like the most racist thing I've heard ever. Like a man say.
okay.
It was just like, fucking chinks. Like out loud.
Just by walking by
That was
them.
the greatest thing ever, man.
To their face.
To their face,
shit.
not
To
under
their
his breath.
To their face.
Oh fuck. That's like Clint Eastwood shit. Damn.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, dude, I gotta tell you about this one video I saw. It's called it's like Andy. It's called the Andy and Toto show, like the most Asian names ever.
Okay.
And they tell you how to use like
Jason.
those toilets on the ground, and like they tell you like how to squat and whatnot. And at one
Wait.
Gotta have
This
proper form.
How is this Asian? Did
they were Asian. They were No.
Asians
They
poop?
show you the they show you the techniques on how to do it, right? And one of them was what if you run out of toilet paper? And some guy's like, if you only have one piece of toilet paper, what you do is you fold it like two times, and you see like the corner, right?
Yeah.
You peel the corner off just a bit, and you save that for later. So when you open it up, it's a square sheet with like a hole, and he's like, so what you do is you stick your finger in the hole, and you clean using your finger. You clean your anus with it, and then you hold the tissue at the base of your finger,
Yeah.
and then you just swipe it off.
Oh, that's classy.
And then he's like, but your nail's still dirty, so that's where the ripped off piece comes from, and you clean your nail that way.
Wow.
And I'm pretty sure that's a joke.
But that's really well thought out.
That is really well thought. When I first saw it, I was like, oh, that's disgusting. And then I was
impressive.
like, that's a really good technique.
But oh god, can you imagine just fingering yourself just to get shit off? Like,
I think,
oh my god.
I remember my cousin when he went to
How
China.
did we naturally do that? Like, how did like?
You gotta think like just leaves, like, or maybe they just left it and got rashes and they didn't give a shit. I don't
Because
know.
I think, I remember hearing that like the reason they kept the shit right, like the shit smell, was like when mates they would be like, oh, this guy smells like shit. This guy must have had food. This guy knows where the food is, so they'll hang out with him.
That's actually really smart. That's
I think
cool.
that's yeah.
That's
That
like a
makes a
pheromone.
lot of sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So were we talking about shit? Yeah. Oh, and back to penises, because it always goes back to penises. I don't know if you touched on this, but like.
I touched mine.
And mine.
What they
You've
do.
been around.
Yo,
What-
don't tell anyone, man.
What doctors do is they cut open like like your pelvis area.
Sure.
They cut that open, right?
Mhm.
And then inside there's what they call an inner penis.
Yeah,
where
yeah.
they release
What?
the inner penis
Yep.
by basically like I don't know how they do it, but they shave the skin down. Or like
What?
they
So
stitch
what, do they
it-
sort of like squeeze
resti-
it almost
Yeah, I
by
guess
stitching
so.
it a certain way?
Yeah, pinch it a certain way so that
Yeah.
they can get an extra like 2 inches.
My
yeah,
lord.
yeah, I've heard about the inner penis. I didn't know they just sort of like just
I have no
pushed
idea
it out.
what that is. You ever hear about this guy? He's dead now, but he was born in Canada, where he was born this couple gave birth to twin boys, and they're circumcising them, right? And one of the boys, the doctor fucked up, and in the report it said, yeah, essentially in the report it said, yeah, we essentially burnt his dick off, so now we have to, and now we don't know what to do. And so
fuck?
one of the guys was like, oh yeah, the perfect solution is to make him into a girl. And so they gave him hormones, they gave him a vagina.
Oh my god.
And he committed suicide at like age 30 or something because he couldn't take
30?
it anymore. Yeah.
30, that's a late age to do it. You would think
I
like
get-
the
it's
teenage
true.
years and stuff. get all angsty.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
this is scary shit.
Some people are just dealt like bad cards, you know. Like, it's just that just
Yeah,
sucks.
man.
He couldn't do anything about that. It
Man,
just
look at the
fucking
draw.
happened.
It's just the saddest thing ever.
Like,
Sometimes when I hear those stories, I'm just like, it's literally
kids
just
getting
luck.
like cancer and stuff.
Yeah.
Just, like out of the womb, they have like heart surgery that has to be done. Like,
Yeah.
that just sucks. Like, what the fuck? Why does that have to happen? But it just does. It just does.
Is it birth deformities or?
There's that. Yeah, like sometimes
That's
the heart
as-
doesn't develop right. I don't know. Yeah, and then there's just young kids that get cancer. I don't know.
That's
Yeah.
terrible.
It's crazy.
It's a
I don't know.
mutation.
Mhm.
It just happened. What can you say? I mean, people are like, "Oh, how could God let this happen?" I don't
Yeah.
I don't know. He'd have to have some really interesting motives that we wouldn't understand, I guess. But
And honestly, I don't to go on like religion, but like I don't think of God as like a person. I mean, like how could you think of it as a person, like a being in the sky? I think of it almost like the universe,
Like an
the
energy, right?
Yeah, like the
Yeah.
natural world, right? If you think about it that way, and even if you think about like any holy text, like if you go on Reddit, right, there's just like so many like the atheism section. It's just really just shitting on Christians. That's what they should call
it's so
it.
obnoxious and just like fuck Christians.
Christians.
They just hate them. And
Yeah, it's just really, it's not Christians. I know Christians that are like nice people, right?
Yeah.
And it's not, and they're confusing like the hate, like hating, like gay hating Christians and like
The game.
Everybody
with,
Christian.
with like an those are basically assholes. They're like
Yeah.
assholes that use Christianity as like a facade.
That's true. It's just it's arbitrary that they're Christian or
Yeah.
not. They're just assholes,
Yeah.
and it happens to be that
It's like the
Christianity is what they follow,
Yeah.
and it's brought about their beliefs, but they don't have to believe them if they don't want to. But obviously they do.
It's like saying all Muslims are terrorists.
oh
That's-
yeah, it's awful.
It's
Yeah.
awful
It's
to
awful.
say that.
I mean,
And-
yeah, there are some crazy,
Some really evil
fucking
shit out there
Muslims,
that
but-
people, I don't know if they just want to be dicks or they just can't accept it. Like, I don't know.
I don't know. I just
And
feel
I find
like
it's-
people don't look at
yeah.
themselves enough. You know,
Is
like
it-
how can you just be like you look in the mirror and like, you know what good shit. Like you just told some, like I guess they would be saying like you told some faggot off and like you stopped him from having a faggot wedding and a faggot country and all that. Like how can you live with yourself? Like how can you feel like you're a good person?
my
How can you
God.
sleep at night
Who-
knowing you're
who
such
gives
an
a shit?
asshole?
Who, like, at what point do you give a shit? Like, oh, it wrecks the sanctity
don't.
of marriage.
Yeah.
Like, who gives a shit about the sanctity of marriage?
Let people do what they want. You can have your beliefs,
Yeah.
beliefs. But when you start just like intruding and just
Yeah.
stopping people from what they want to do,
Yeah.
like fuck you.
And then they use,
they don't
like-
have reason.
Yeah.
either. That's the
Yeah.
problem. They
And
don't
then,
justify
and then on top of that, they go back to like their amendments, made by like fucking old dead people.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's
like,
old-fashioned
oh.
things like the Jehovah's Witnesses.
Oh,
like,
and the-
oh,
I
no
hate
blood
those.
transfusions, no sharing blood. Like, okay, have fun dying when you need.
Did you ever have one of those witnesses like knock on your door?
Oh man, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
I hate Jehovah's Witnesses. I'm sorry. Like, I hate what.
It
How
almost
I
seems
hate what
commercialized.
people have done with it. At
Yeah.
least I'm sorry. I should say I hate a religion because all religions have their nice little niches and they all do.
Yeah.
Even like Satanism, some people are actually kind of cool with it. But like, yeah. So I'm not gonna say I hate Jehovah's Witnesses, but some people like fuck off. Just
It's mostly
fuck off.
about getting structure in your life, really. I mean, like if you can find that structure in your life through belief, then why
Yeah,
not go
you
for
know
it?
Yeah.
what? That's amazing. Like honestly, I
Just don't-
envy some religious people because I don't have that faith in anything really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's amazing that they can do it. I really can't. I can't be sure of anything.
And at the same time, we have to think critically about like what we believe. We can't
course.
just.
I have an open mind.
I think that's what the problem people have with religious people, that they're just absent-mindedly, like they're robots.
They're
thinking.
it's just sort of it's blind faith.
Yeah.
And you got to have a little bit of blind faith in everything. I
Mhm.
believe that. Even science,
Yeah.
it requires a little bit of blind faith. How do we know that G is 9.8? I mean, people are trying to prove whether it is or not still. Like, they're doing experiments right now, just like, okay, are we gonna get it wrong this time? Can you imagine? They're like their whole life they're doing this.
Yeah.
But we just have to keep believing. Like, okay, well, it's 9.8 right now. We might be wrong, but we gotta stick with it. And you just go for the best explanation you can find. And so religion and science do the same thing, really.
Yeah. You remember when
gotta have a reason.
You remember when they found the Higgs boson?
Yeah.
The Christians were like, they named it the God particle,
and
and everyone was like, so you named it the God particle, so you know God exists.
So yeah,
and
God
it's like,
did that.
fuck off, man. Like,
that was a bad name. I don't think anyone really wanted to name it that. It was just caught on. But even that, we have blind faith to believe it's the Higgs boson. It was like 99.98% chance or something it was the Higgs boson.
Mm-hmm.
Well, who knows? Maybe we fucked up.
I remember a long time ago, or maybe not long, maybe in the 1990s, they were trying to make another particle accelerator in Texas somewhere, right?
Yeah.
And so they were funding it, and during the last press conference, someone asked like, "What do you hope to find?" Right?
Mm-hmm.
And some guy answered it wrong. He was like, "What did he say?" He said Higgs boson or God particle or something. And then they cut the funding, and they never finished the particle accelerator. And all the scientists in the world were just like, "You fucked up, man."
Damn, man, you fucked up.
So that's why that Large Hadron Collider or whatever is in, what, Switzerland? I don't know.
Yeah, because they'll actually do
Somewhere
it.
there.
Fucking Europe, man. They're so awesome.
It's nice there.
The Western countries, just fuck off. They're so bad. They're so efficient there. They're nice and open-minded. They're like, let's do stuff to make ourselves better. Let's use, renewable energy. Let's improve public transportation. Let's do this.
Canada's like
and
that
we're
too.
just but not to the same extent. And the people are different. I don't know.
It's a different
man.
culture.
And that's fine. But like, I don't know. Europe is just so. They're like elegant, man. It's nice, or at least in Scandinavia. There's like Albania, the scum of the earth. But like, we only have one viewer. But like, it's
probably us.
It's so nice there. Scandinavia is beautiful.
That's good, man. Do you remember? It was a really long time ago. There was an article somewhere in the States. A grandma and a grandson were gonna have a kid together. You ever see that article?
Wait,
no.
Wait, they did it?
Did they actually?
Were they planning it?
They were planning it, and she's too old to have a baby, so they got a donor.
Oh.
And it was fucked up, but I'm pretty sure they like fuck every day.
That's really strange.
It's fucked up, right? And the story,
not rape, but like
the story is that like it's not. The grandma's like, it's not gross because
drain the turtle.
Okay. It's not gross.
Take the kids to the pool.
It's not gross because I didn't meet him until he was 25. I like saw him throw it. Oh no. She was like, yeah, it's not gross because I saw him when he was 25. And it's like, oh, that makes it all better. And so at one point they're having lunch together in some restaurant, and she was like, I felt so sexually built up. I bent over and I kissed him. And she was like, I thought he was going to pull away, but he said, oh, thank God. He was thinking the exact same thing.
Oh, my God. Can you imagine?
It's fucked up, man.
People find love in the weirdest ways sometimes.
Is that right love or is that wrong love?
How is there wrong love?
I don't know.
I don't think that's possible. To me, incest is like... Incest, to me, it's unfortunate for the people who are involved in it. Because
that's true.
You happen to fall in love with just one of the shittiest options. You're done. Like, honestly, like if you grow up and I don't know, you're not too like, you don't get too connected with your brother or whatever, or your sister, and then one day you sort of get more mature and you get close and you find out like, oh shit, like,
do you remember?
I love you, like in a different way. That just sucks. Like they're gonna have fucked up kids and it's gonna be forbidden and it's.
Yeah, speaking of fucked up kids. Do you remember in biology, it was like once a woman reaches 40, the chances of getting like a...
miscarriage?
No, not miscarriage. Like a...
birth defect.
Birth defect is like skyrockets. Yeah. Even more so than if a brother and a sister had a baby.
Really? That's insane.
Apparently it's supposed to be that fucking high.
That's crazy.
That's fucking crazy.
My mom was 40 when she had me.
Oh! Yeah, that's birth defect down your pants. Ha ha ha.
Actually, yeah. No, that's insane. Because like there's a concrete reason, like it's genetic deficiency for brothers and sisters, but that's just like you're getting old.
Yeah.
Like, that's insane.
Yeah, when I first heard it, I was like, man, that's pretty crazy. I guess that's why everyone wants to just, like, go out there and get married. I remember my friend, she told, what's the biggest age gap you've seen in a marriage? I think for me, it's 8.
The one that I know of, like, personally?
No,
like
anywhere you've heard of.
15, 20.
15, 20?
Yeah, around there.
Pretty big.
Yeah, it's decent.
My friend, she said that her friend got married, in 2009, she got married when she was 18.
Yeah.
18 to a 26-year-old.
That's not so bad.
It's not so bad, but that blew my mind.
I don't know how people get married.
And, like,
at
I
18.
can't believe it, because, like... Oh, I got to open the door.
Yeah.
And I can't believe it, because, like, we're 18 now.
Yeah. Can you imagine being married right now?
I can't. And it's like, how can you, like, this... And they actually moved back to Korea.
Yeah.
And I was like, how can you decide your life so fast?
No,
You're only 18, you know what I mean?
I don't think that's a good idea unless you have a very open idea of marriage, because if you give your life away at 18, that's just like...
That just happened
you're
recently,
done.
too.
You're
when you
done.
think about it, that just happened recently. Maybe, like, in the past 60 years.
No, I doubt it.
That, like, age. But before that, like...
Oh,
back
people
in,
got
like,
married
the
at like
fifth-
16 before.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like in 1950s.
Yeah.
That idea of, like...
Well, because it was like a big goal back then. It's like,
Yeah.
you better get married, otherwise what are you doing?
Yeah.
But yeah, nowadays it's different. People, I mean, now it's like useless to get married. It's just like,
Yeah.
it's a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, if you live with someone long enough and you have kids, you're basically treated as a couple legally. So, I mean, there's like a why even get married or why not get married. It's just sort of like, who cares?
At this point, do you feel like you want to get married?
No.
Not right now, but in the future. Do
no,
you feel like
no,
you want
I
to
don't
get
see myself getting married.
Why
I see
not?
myself just sort of...
Fucking bitches all day.
I don't know. I see myself just sort of being me and
Pimp.
like being alone, I guess. And I don't know. Like I like to idealize it and think like, yeah, I'll be this like wise bachelor or whatever, doing my thing. But
What about you?
I don't know.
Can you see
Honestly,
yourself
not
getting
now. Not now. Like,
So no.
no.
No?
Yeah. How about you?
No.
No. It's,
I'm like the
Is
biggest,
that just- is
I'm
that
like
just
the
our
biggest
age?
loser around.
Is
Huh?
that just our age, or like, are we thinking about it, or is it just our age?
I guess what's the average age of getting married anyway?
That's a good question. I'm not too sure.
25?
These days, I'm not sure.
25.
25, I'd say, on average.
Can we check? We can check the computer. We have computer access
There's
now.
internet here.
There's internet here.
Internet.
So
Oh my
let's say,
God.
what is the average age in Canada?
Who cares about Canada? Well, actually, not the world. Not the world. My bad.
Average marriage age.
Because, like, in some countries, you
So
could just
bad
be
at
like, hey, I'm going to marry you. Too bad for you. And you're going to be like, 12. So too bad.
Did you have any pets before?
We're gonna go with Canada.
I was
Or
say
my
Sparky.
little
But it's not-
Sparky.
Or Sparky.
I had a hamster. Yeah, his name
Age
was
at first
Whiskers, and he was the
marriage.
craftiest motherfucker I've
You
ever
had a what?
seen. I had a hamster.
Ah.
And he was like an escape artist, I swear.
Fuck.
He hated his cage. We had a fucking phone book on top of the cage.
What?
And he got out.
What the fuck?
I don't know. He would use the wheel, and like it's too bad that whoever's watching, the one person that can't see this, but like there'd be like a big wheel, and the edge of the wheel was close to the walls. So he would put his back on the wheel and then climb up the walls using the wheel to propel him up.
Damn.
And then he would, I guess, use his arms to like push, or his head.
Hulk.
And he pushed the cage top
shit.
open, and he would
That's
get
crazy.
out. And then he went in the insulation, and he was all pink.
Whoa.
Well, yeah. Anyway,
So what is
we were kind of off.
24?
No, 31. Where are you reading? 24.
31.
Oh shit! I was looking at Guatemala. Yeah, I actually thought it was going up.
I was looking at
days.
Argentina.
Because
And
I
this is in
think.
2008.
Oh wow, that's pretty.
So
Oh.
probably by now it's even higher.
29. That's pretty. Yeah, I guess. I think what it is that more people are going to university.
Yeah.
I think, and then like a lot of people are going for like medicine or whatever, postgraduate or something. So by the time you graduate, you're like 30.
Yeah.
Anyway, So I think that's raising it up at least.
I remember when I was young, I used to have a chinchilla, right?
Chinchilla, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I
Those
remember
things
that.
are
Do
awesome.
you remember that?
Yeah.
And it like died, and I was like, I
You
probably
kept it in
treated it
your-
like shit. You know why? Because I kept it in the basement
Yeah.
for the entirety of its life with the lights off.
Oh, goodness.
So it died scared,
Oh.
lonely, and dead.
Yeah, usually things die dead.
Yeah.
That's so
And I was like, I can't be in a dark room for more than a day. So I scarred this chinchilla before I gave him the
I fucked it in the ass.
Oh my god.
He left out that detail.
Gave it to my ass.
Oh my god, can you imagine? Like, just
No.
a life in the dark? That's just-
No.
Oh my god, Sydney.
I fucked
You sick bastard.
that chinchilla up, man.
I remember
And
seeing it once, and you turned on the light. It
Yeah.
was so fucking aggressive.
Yeah. I think he wanted to kill me.
Yeah. Oh my god.
I also used to have a turtle. It's gone now. Do you remember? I used to have a turtle.
Yeah. Wait, 2 turtles, didn't you?
No one.
Oh, 1.
Gave
Remember,
it away. And I feel
kept
so
it in
bad.
the sink. Didn't you keep it in the sink?
No, I kept it in like a bowl.
Oh.
And I feel so bad because I didn't change the bowl often, so he was swimming in his own shit for weeks at a time. Fuck, I don't want to take care of any pets.
I was just
I'm like,
remembering
so horrible at taking care of pets, man.
with the whole darkness thing. There was this Japanese movie I heard about where this guy kidnaps this woman
Mm-hmm.
and it like ties her to, I guess, like a chair or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
And all the lights are off. I guess they're in like a warehouse or something, right? And so she's just kept in the dark. And every day, he comes and he touches her face.
Uh-huh.
He just keeps, feeling her face, like, and it's so weird and twisted, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I guess they talk because it was like an hour and a half, right? So I didn't see the movie. and so he does this every day for like months, and at the end, he turns on the lights.
He's blind.
And yes, he's blind. He created a statue of her.
Oh.
But she
I've heard of this.
she was blind from the light after being in the dark for so long.
What?
So she never sees the
can that,
statue. Can you?
I've heard of this
isn't
before.
isn't that so, like, who comes up with
That
this?
is
That's
the
so
most depressing
tragic.
thing ever.
but is that humanly possible to be blinded by light if you're in the
I
dark?
think if
for
you've
a
been
while?
in the dark that long, maybe the iris reflex was
Oh,
just
yeah.
like, I don't know.
Like, at some point, your eyes just get used to it, and they're like, oh, this is the norm. And
Maybe,
then, like,
yeah.
the flash was too quick and too bright. You just fried it. You fried your
Wow.
eyes.
Oh, I thought that was like such a twisted, like, oh man.
Seems like a
Some
Twilight
people have,
Zone.
like, like that
Yeah.
kind of imagination. It's so
Yeah.
cool
Man,
to
it's
see.
good.
Oh man. I guess, is it just Ricky watching now?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Who's that one viewer? Or is it like Desmond? Or
Viewer number 1.
is there actually a random guy that's willing to sit through this?
I don't know.
Have you guys? Do you guys watch game shows?
I can't.
Not really.
can't?
They're depressing.
Why?
Oh,
I just
They're
get depressed.
depressing.
Except for Jeopardy, because Jeopardy's legit.
yeah.
They're depressing.
But-
The Price is Right. You didn't get it right, you motherfucker.
It's not even that. It's just the fact that I'm watching a game show. I'm just like,
Yeah.
what am I doing? Like, I get sad. I'm like, I'm not supposed to be doing this. I'm 18. I should be doing
Supposed to be
something
going
better.
out, going to parties,
Not even
drinking.
that. It's just I should be doing something more fulfilling with my
Yeah.
life. Like, fuck this. My mom, like, she keeps watching this. Have you heard of the Match Game?
Oh
It's
yeah.
like on Comedy
No,
Network
yeah,
for like
no.
hours.
Yeah.
And it's got
They
like
play,
the
like,
shittiest
marathons.
Canadian comics on it. And
Yeah.
I'm just like, fuck, why is this on in my house?
They give like the easiest questions and people get them wrong.
Yeah.
Like,
it's
they're like-
and then these comics try to be so funny, like that Sean Cullen guy.
Yeah,
I fucking hate him!
Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck.
So much! It's like
He's in like in
kills
every
me.
episode too.
Yeah, he's the only regular other than the
Yeah.
fat lady, who's actually okay. But,
Fat lady.
Let's say she's Rhonda.
yeah, Rhonda's a good fat lady name.
Why
Or
is
Phyllis.
it that? What? Yeah, from The Office.
Oh yeah, there's that. Yeah,
I don't know why, but Rhonda is such a fat name.
Wanda or Rhonda.
Rhonda.
Okay,
Wanda.
Wanda Sykes.
What's a good stripper name? You know,
Candy.
Candy. You know what I heard
Portia.
one? The one I heard of is called Dark Chocolate.
Dark chocolate. That's not a good sign.
Yeah.
How about you?
Seems like something you would like poop. Come up.
Yeah,
I
literally
like my
that
coffee
big.
like I like my women. No niggers.
What?
Oh fuck, man. Fuck.
I heard that ages ago.
No, I remember Rick had such horrible fucking jokes. It's like, how do you paint a wall red? Throw a baby at it.
Yeah,
God.
Dead baby jokes are basically the bottom.
And then there's one he
barrel.
would always say is like, how do you know if your roommate's gay? His dick tastes like shit.
It's true.
Man. It is true.
It's true.
How do you unload a... Wait, what's the difference between a truck full of bowling balls and a truck full of dead babies? You can't unload a truck of bowling balls with a pitchfork.
Oh.
Like, that's just awful.
My God.
It's
You hear that?
great.
This one.
We gotta play this music.
Perfect segue.
Yeah, yeah, just that was...
Dead babies?
That was depressing.
No, it's a. You know, what, just let it play. Let it play.
Just let it play.
I screwed up. I'm sorry. One viewer, who
Oh
are
my
you?
God!
I fucked
That one
up.
viewer just
I'm
left.
just gonna...
He's left. He's like, Daniel
Fuck.
fucked up?
Yeah.
Is it true?
Oh no, he didn't leave.
Oh.
He's probably AFK.
He loves you.
No, it's me. Yup.
Alright. Yeah. Anyways. Who's this? Who's that Breb here? Breb Nazier, so it's Desmond.
Oh, man.
Yeah. And
What?
we're just gonna go through our comments right now.
Censored. What did
Censored.
you say to me?
I assume it's FU. But who knows?
It could be.
No, I'm pretty sure he
could
said
be
I love
nigger.
you. Whoa. Whoa,
I probably shouldn't say
Daniel.
that so loud. There's people like probably like.
No, this room is pretty soundproof.
Really?
Yeah.
So I can do whatever the fuck I want.
Yeah.
I should bring my violin in here one time. Wait,
man.
how do you get this room? Like, how did this
Oh,
work?
we just booked it.
You just
Yeah.
book it.
That
How much
lady
does it
there
cost?
is like
It's free.
Yeah.
Yo,
It's free.
that's amazing.
Yeah.
I could just
That lady
come
there,
in.
honestly.
Yeah, she was so
Too nice.
fucking nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At one, I did bring my earphones, and I was like, shit.
It's the first episode too.
Yeah, and I asked Greg to ask her if we could borrow like headphones, and she lent us her personal ones, which is like
Yeah.
skull candies or something.
Oh, nice.
So
yeah, that's
she was
awesome.
nice.
Like, I just like the idea of having a room. You know, just to yourself.
to have a room.
Do whatever.
Where do you
the
sleep,
fuck
Daniel?
you want. No, but
Yeah.
like my house isn't private enough.
Yeah.
It's
Like you want to scream, right?
like,
Scream!
I want to just I just want a room. I just
Lose
want,
yourself with the music.
I want a room with just a single punching bag in the center.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
hanging, you know?
yeah.
That's actually not a hanging one. I want one that you can knock down. I like those.
Did you ever see
So,
like that
Yeah, I just-
that Brazilian jiu-jitsu training montage? Like there's like this Renato Lorange guy, right?
Perfect pronunciation.
Yeah. I'm sure I got it that right. And then like this guy was like, "Oh, I'm gonna beat you in a jiu-jitsu match, right?"
Yeah.
And then like they play like a training montage, and for jiu-jitsu, right, it's all like your abductors, so it's basically just like humping stuff, right? So for the training montage, he just grabs like a punching bag, starts humping it.
Oh yeah, Rick's that one.
Starts-
Oh, Rick's the
starts
one
banging
here.
stuff.
So
Oh, good.
he loves you for playing that song now.
Does he even? I don't
Play
know if
Guile's
he
theme.
uses-
Guile's theme. That's what the kids are into.
Oh, he's playing it.
I don't remember.
Oh.
Okay,
Oh.
I'm sorry.
To go.
Sorry.
Break it down, Daniel.
Man, I really want to learn how to play piano.
Yeah.
I swear, like everybody that plays piano when they're young, they're freaking crazy good at music.
It's actually
Because they've stuck with it their whole lives.
It's really
Yeah.
true.
Not
You
'cause
don't
they play
start
piano.
young.
But how does that connect? Like, how
does
does
what
being
connect?
like being good at like piano as like a good introductory instrument? How does that help like
Yeah.
something like
It-
violin
it's
or guitar?
Mostly, it's mostly because of theary, I think.
I think it's
I'm
and
just-
it's just
I'm
so
just
it's like
interviewing now.
all laid out for you. You know, like this is C, this is C sharp, this is D. Like it's just so literal, and you just press it and it comes. If you learn violin, yes. If you learn like violin when you're really young, it's a little harder. Like obviously Asians do it all the time, so they don't give a shit because they're talented. But like it's just not as easy because they're just like, okay, this is D, I guess, just for some reason, and you know, like it's not as clean as the piano.
Yeah,
Piano's
it's
nice.
not. It's not that piano is easy. It's just that when you really take lessons in music, piano helps with the theory. It really builds on fucking everything, because you build from classical to everything else essentially. And when you pick your keys and whatnot, the keyboard is simplified because if you look at it like this, you know how there's no blacks in between some white keys.
Yeah.
It's because musically, there's B to C and E to F don't have any sharps.
Oh.
And that actually helps a lot in understanding. Like even for me playing violin, I often like imagine keyboards. Like it's just an easy way to think about it. I don't know. It's really weird. It's a simple like laid out instrument. That's what's special about it. They call one guy was telling me that the violin is the queen of instruments and the piano is the king. I thought that was a pretty good way of putting it.
Yeah, that is a good way of putting it.
We got 40 more minutes to fill. Keep on playing. Didn't they use this in the Gears of War? Yeah. Are you excited for that new game?
No.
Judgment or whatever
I don't know what the fuck it's about.
I seen Baird and Cole on it, so I
know Dareniv. I heard it's
seems like it's a DLC.
A prequel.
Oh, is it gonna be like
Before the first Gears?
Before the first Gears? Oh, you play as Cole as like a football player.
Yeah.
It's just Madden.
Yeah. you know what's fucking awesome? You know Mega 64?
Just every touchdown. Woo!
You ever seen
It's like Coltrane, baby!
You ever seen Mega 64? Their Ton and Aaron Game Awards 2010. That is the funniest thing you'll ever fucking see, man.
Oh yeah, when it's like best thing ever, 6. And then they were like,
no, that's the 2012 one.
Oh.
2010 is so much.
Is with the Gangnam Style? They're like, Gangnam Style. Oh.
No. I'll show it to you later. Anyways, I think we'll just end it here.
I think so. Play us off, Daniel.
Let's see. What's in that? Fuck. You know what? Fuck off.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching. Listening. Fuck.